What the fuck? Finally. So, for some reason, we had a hiccup there where my streaming software just said, nope, we're not gonna show off anything. We're gonna tell and not show, which never works very well. Anyway, folks, I am Badger Wild, and we are back once again doing our lovely little build stream. We're taking our venerable F-302 that we have over here that was made years ago, and we are going to upgrade it into this F-302. You can tell this thing has there's a whole difference in the guns and everything, because I got to looking at it later and oh, I forgot those guys were still here. Okay, all right, let's see. Is the pirate still here? Yeah, he's still sitting out there at the at a distance. He's just chilling out there, I suppose. That's where he's going to be at. Anyway, as I said, welcome one, welcome all. We are going to work on the F-302. Try to give it a little bit more pizzazz than what I had before. You see, we are having some serious upgrades are coming forth. The nose already looks better. The armor panels already are impressive. We've got a much better design, in my opinion, and unlike the last one, we are sporting three massive thrusters in the back, giving this thing way more speed than the original. I may do a dual fight between. this F-302 and the old F-302 just to see how much better this one is over the original. But as of right now, we need to figure out the wing mounts for this thing. And look at the F-302 here and the F-302 there. And thinking about it this weekend, I think I found a way to get around that. Number one, we're going to take that middle child off there, the mirror tool. And we are just going to slap that there. And I think the best thing I could do to make this work better is modify this section here. So let's go ahead and grab number 5 here. We'll spin this, not like that. That's not what I want. Yeah, that'll do. And then we'll pull out number 3 here. And the number 3 block there. And we'll have plenty of room to do this. Now, the next thing is instead of these large, heavy panels, which got in the way of all kinds of stuff, what I'm going to do, we're going to go to half panels. So let me grab a half panel here. As I rotate, and there we go. We have half panels. Now, I need to figure out how long this is again. 5, 6. It's going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting how we do this one because I'm not going to have all the stuff I had before. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we'll need at the least 5 of these, and determining where that particular one goes. Let me go over here and take a look real quick. I gotta see. So that is going to reach to that point. I am gonna need to put the next one here. And then we're gonna need one more. Maybe not. Maybe not. Now what I want to do is also want to take that thing there and bring it my way just a bit. So we'll go to control panel here. We will go to hinge. And I'm going to set the velocity to 1. And we're going to reverse here so we don't cause the clang of all clangs. I'm going to try and limit this thing as best I can. Actually, let me see what the hinge limit on this one is at. Because if I can determine what the hinge tail fin, let's see. Well, the lower limit is 73. Lower limit 73. Okay, we can do that. 73 is the lower limit. Well, let's just go ahead in here. Should have done that to begin with. So lower limit 72. Let's just go here and 3. Nope. 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 I messed up there. Negative 73. There we go. And that's about as far as it needs to go. Now, they're up there fighting. Stop fighting. It's not that big a deal. Could go take on that mining survey drone right over there if you wanted. Not give me so much grief. Okay. We're going to try and do something a little bit different here. I don't think that's going to work at all. So we're going to have to go from here up. Oh, there's one. And let's see if we can get another square in here. Might as well make all those panels match real good. Let's go from here to there. 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 How high do I have this thing? Got 1, 2, 3, and then a thin part up top. So we're pushing 1, 2, and that will make 3. So now, no. Sorry thing, I don't want that there. There's that. Now then, let's see if we can do something there. And I'm going to do something right about here. And then we're going to go for these really thin blocks right there. We need the other one. And then we're going to put one right about here. Now, the reason we're doing these is because this way, make sure we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're missing one. Missing a whole section here. Do that there. And then we just need those. We need, we do need this here. We need this half brick or half plate. And then I just need that one there. And we're done. Now, is that the same height? So that's the kicker. Now, according to this, it is. It is the same height. It looks good. Looks good. Looks like an actual F-302. Looks like how I did the original. But it's a lot thinner this time. A little sexier. A little thinner. A little sexier. That's the kind of thing we got going on here. Anywho, let's go ahead and slap us another one on here. And we'll see if we can get more on. There we go. And I'll set that to, let's see here. What are we going to set this to? We got that hinge. This will be hinge number 2. One. First, I'll set the lower limit to negative 73 like we did before. And then we also got to fix this section back here as well, so it doesn't clash with the other end. Fine, we put that right here. We'll do this, and then number 3. We're doing that there. Then 7. 1, 2, 3. I believe we put 1 in front of that, which would be 5. And then we did 3 coming from that. And then we're going to run down through here and grab this bad boy. And we are going to start putting plates on. And then we're going to go ahead and do this real quick. Get those fin sections on. That there. One here. There. Do that the easy way. And there we go. We got our 2 fin stabilizers right there. I do think this has a bit more of an arc to it, and I may add a bit more of an arc, but that little... Let's make a group out of those real quick before I forget. Let's grab both these hinges here. No, just these 2. That's what we'll call that. Give me a sec here. And we'll try to... No, let's go this way. 63, 59. There. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's looking good. That looks way better. It's a lot more down than it was before. And we're not using as many hinges this time. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 layers. We're good. We're good on this end. So now comes the next part. We got to build the wings. And the wing is going to be something entirely different altogether. That's going to be a very interesting, very special type of building. We're going to do the same forward sweep design that I had before. And we're going to be able to do we're going to make that forward sweep like we have with this one. But we are going to change it up a bit. Instead of having this kind of rounded wing, which doesn't have a whole lot going on here, we want a lot of stuff happening on all angles of this vessel and possibly even extend the wings just a little bit, make them a little thinner at the tips. So first things first, we got to get the new hinges on. We've got to attach hinges on each end. So I want to attach, let's see, where is it? I want to attach a hinge here, and I want to get close so I can see where this hinge is going to be at. We'll do a hinge there. And then I will do another hinge there. I'll also do... Oh, why did I do that? Why did we do that? Wrong button. Seriously. We don't want to do that. And then we take that middle section out. We'll put that back in later. But right now we're going to have to not only build this, but we're going to have to attach the hinge as well. All right, all that's done. That's done there. Now, once I start building this thing, it'll be easy. But I got to figure out how I built this thing. That's the big kicker. From there, I should need only one block and then drop, and it should go down by 2. So, according to that, I should be able to slap a block here. And my one issue here is that one block. I'm a bit nervous about putting a block in there. Let me see if I can even do this. So number 8. And it should work. Okay, that might work out pretty good. There. I don't think that has given me any issues. At least I'm hoping it doesn't. Now it's number 1 again. I'm going to bring those over there like so. Drop 1, add 2 more. All right, we'll do that. And then I need to figure out just how long this is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I went the wrong dang direction with this. Okay, Badger. I went the wrong way. Went the wrong friggin' way with it. Supposed to go this way. That's the direction we're supposed to go. All right, let's go over here and take a look. So what happened here? Okay, come over there. That's half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have that may not have been done properly. We'll probably have to do this the old-fashioned way. Or at least the way I did it last time, which is I'm just going to have to go over here and look at the corner. Look at these weird angle pieces. Eric Evans, sup, bud? Sup, man? What you doing? If you ask me about the whole Super Earth thing, yeah, I'll be down there whooping the Illuminate ass here pretty soon, but not right now. See if I remember here. I believe... Oh. Yeah, I royally screwed up there. I have to take this completely out. And we're going to have to try and get this back into position there. Oh, come on. There we are. Yes. Nope. Wrong way. How did I do that again? there we are, I think. No, that isn't right. Well, I had it right the first time. Why? My lord. All right, let's do this. 1, and let's go to 4. Go back to this here. Had it right the first time. I can't believe that. There we go. That's working a lot better. There we go. Yeah, there we are. That'll do. Now then, how far is this supposed to go? 1, 2, 5, 6. How far have we gone here? 3, 4, 5. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're about right there. We need 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we need about a few more. Let's see. If that's 6, I need 11. So we need 7, 8, 9, 10. We're almost there. 11. This should be 11 coming up here. That should make it 11, I would think. Now, if that is correct, and that's going to be the kicker, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so why does that one look different from this one? That isn't right. Something didn't happen properly here. Let's throw some lights on so I can see what I'm looking at. What did I do wrong here? What did I do wrong? I see what I did wrong. I see what I did wrong. I think that's what I did wrong. Yeah, I started with the wrong block. These forward swept wings, they're very difficult to figure out and make look good. They can be a pain in the ass. Grexions, what's up, Badger? What's up, man? How you doing? Right now, I am pulling my hair out trying to remember how to do this crap. Okay, so if I recall correctly, the reason I did it like this is because that's the natural progression of the wing. The next piece that goes in there, so it had to look like a natural progression. So we got to do this. Let's see, 11 times. So we got 1, 2, 3, and to make this easier, I'm just going to go by these blocks here. So 1, all right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and that should do it. I may have to do some modifications as we go through here, but I should be able just now just find a position here. No. And just start running all this stuff in. Now, looking at it, I may have a small issue here. How's this looking over here? Yeah, that'll end like it's supposed to. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. Put these in next. And then what I may do is I'll copy this wing. Well, I really can't because it's not going to fit on the other side. Grexion, good. Been working on a VLS retrofit for my Salma class destroyer and making a VLS module for my new destroyer class I'm working on. VLS, why don't you enlighten us in the chat what that is? That sounds interesting. I'm hoping I'm correct in assuming that that has something to do with vertical takeoff or something like that. I may be wrong, chat. So I'm gonna sit back and let Grexion the expert just explain it in chat. I posted a short video of it on your Discord. Oh, okay. So we've got some. So everybody, if you want to know what Grexion's talking about, the LV or was it VLS, do go check out the Discord because he's dropped some knowledge for us over there. Now let me see here a minute. How's this going? Okay. So I know how this has to go. I can't replace this one block here. Instead, and so this is me also showing y'all what the plan is here. Instead of doing a block that's going to go down like this, we're going to do this instead. Because then we'll have an upward sweep to the wing and it'll look better. And on top of that, I can figure out exactly where some of this crap is going to go. We're doing this and that. I am itching. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I saw the new post for Super Earth today and I'm like, oh boy. I really want to get back into. I'm really itching to get back in and kill some Illuminate bastards. That is probably going to be IWL's next set of orders, is to defend Super Earth at all costs. So now, let me see, how far did those go back? Because there is a transition here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So we've got 1. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a transition block here. And then, if I recall, we just start doing this. These wings are going to take forever to do. This is by far one of my more complicated builds. Okay, so what do we got going on? So we need 2 of those and then transition back into the Hawkbill and then take it back over. So let's see. Let's go with number 1. Again, our main block type. We'll go here. And I think there. And I don't know how that's going to turn out, so we're going to have to see and wait. Number 4, we're going to grab just the right kind of block here. Okay, that should be all I need. Flip that there. And then we continue on with that, and then we go back to number 1, and we curl this baby back in like so. And there we go. The wing now has kind of this effect to it where it kind of shifts and looks real interesting. Vertical launch silo. Oh, nice. Missiles, I'm assuming. Gonna go hell dive, Eric Evans. Yeah, Super Earth is knee deep in shit right now, and anybody that can go help him out should head out there and do that. That's probably what I'm gonna do after I get done with the live stream here. We're gonna get these wings done, and well, once the wings are done, it's just the next live stream Thursday will just be decoration. Well, we still got to put the wings on and connect them, so that's the fun part. Okay, let's grab number 8 heavy armor right here. Hit control. Booyah! Got it back in place. Now the wings are looking great. They're looking just like the original, except they don't have all the extra angles. They've got this kind of stealth look to them. So when you see from specific angles, it looks like the thing is just stealthily moving into position. Nice look to it. Now the next thing I got to do, I'm gonna go ahead and just lock right here in place. We're gonna go ahead and get the hinge out, number 3. Wait, do I need a hinge? No, I don't need a hinge there. I need another block. Now let's do that. Ooh, that is gonna be getting close. Ooh. Might leave that sucker open for the moment. All right, now back to the hinges. Because we're going for number 3. What we need is this little number. We need that to attach right there. So when I get done, I'll cause both of these to attach. Hopefully we will not clang. And things should work out a little bit better. So we should be able to fast track this thing a little bit since I know how to build it now. I think. I think this will work. I am not sure. We shall see. So I need a set here all the way. Uh, there we go. And then, come on. There we go. Now for the other side, how did I do that? We're going to go over 1. Going to drop in, and then we're just going to work that down. I don't know how many. Come in like that. There's no easy way to do this, so we're just going to do what I can. Let me see, how long is that? Okay. So I know it's 11, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I don't need those 2, I don't think. We're about to find out. We are about to find out. Let's see. Number 4, if I recall correctly. It probably was this one. And we'll just go from there. Now, the next one. Got those in place. And And now that. And we put this small angle in. And the wing mounts will almost be done. We're just getting the general shape of the wings going right now. Gonna do more to them later. There we go. Okay. That's done. Now let's go back to our little whatchamacallits here. I believe it was 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 5. Let's see. That's there. That should do it. And let's go ahead and knock these out while we're at it. Okay, that should be for the first 2. Like I said, we're just repeating what we did on the other side here. And the problem with this is, I know some people are saying, some veteran space engineers are watching me going, Badger, what about the freaking mirror tool? Use that. Does not work on subgrids. Trust me. And yeah, I know. That kind of ticks me off too, that I can't use subgrids to make stuff with. What are you going to do? Oh, this is a fun one. Let's go ahead and lock that in right now. Because I just realized I'm going to have to cut another piece off here. All right. Let's see. Here. Couple of pieces there. I just had a sneaking suspicion I should look at the other side here. And then there we go. Now everything matches. Now we just got to connect this wing, or both these wings. Hope to God nothing clangs. So yeah, fun times. Okay, let's head over here. And we'll activate K real quick. We gotta find these hinges, which should be these here. If I've got this correct here, that should be those. Let's go. F-302 wing hinges. We'll save that. And now moment of truth. What the frick? It's showing we still have stuff that is not attached. What is not attached here? Is it attached? Everything's attached. All right, that's cool. So now let me hop out of here. I believe everything is attached the way it's supposed to be. And let's check. Uh, wing hinge right here. What do we have the wing hinge at? Wing hinge lower limit is 24 and the upper limit is 84. Before we continue, let me look on here. Hey Badger, I don't know if you have looked at my Leo Tau drone, which you sounded interested in when I posted a picture of it on Discord. Yeah, I was fixing to look at it, and then a bunch of people asked for a missile tutorial on how to make missiles on here. So I was like, okay. If people need help with a missile, I can build one that should do fine. I'm just trying to figure out how to time that thing so it takes off when it's supposed to. But other than that, yeah, I plan on taking a look at it at some point because yeah, I was interested in it. I'm just trying to figure out when to get time to do everything between doing the live streams and everything else. It is just it's a good thing. It's a good problem to have that I don't have all the time in the world. Shoot, I can't tell which way this thing is moving because I don't have. Let's see. Alt F10. I can't see crap because I don't have light. God powers activate. There. Now I can see. Let's pull that up there again. And we should be able to see. All right, we're going up. We're now going down. What was it I said? Lower limit was negative 24, I think. Ooh, that's not right. Reverse. Unless this is backwards. Yep, it's backwards. So upper limit going down will have to be 24. Okay, and then upper limit here is going to have to be, well, negative. Wait, hold up now. Negative, what was it? 80. Do negative 80 for the moment. All right, now reverse that, baby. Let's see what she looks like. Yeah. Check that out. New and improved, and she looks just as good as the original, if not better. Yeah, she looks better. She looks way better. And she's faster, too. So let's go ahead and take this baby for a spin. We'll see how it works. Okay, yeah, we've got some. It's a little finicky on the turn. Ooh, that looks dangerous. I forgot about that nonsense. Let's take a look here. What was that? Oh yeah, I double stacked the guns. So when they fire, oh, that's some hellish concentration right there. Then we can have like actual missiles and stuff like that. Uh, Grexion going on here. If you need help with missiles, I have a lot of experience when it comes to missiles and space engineers. Actually, I'm thinking about that. Let me think about that one because I like that offer. I may be really interested in it. Whoops. Ah, dang it, I hit the wrong button. Hang on. Now let's see how she flies with all this extra weight because we have all the weight we're going to need for the moment. And she's still fast as heck. Oh, yeah. And I just remembered all the drones are going to be following me. Yeah, it's fun when you can make a ship this fast and maneuverable. It doesn't have a whole lot of drift if you can turn it into the direction you want it to go. Yeah, it flies good. Seeing a little bit of tension right there, but she can pick up and recover real fast. That's what I'm after. Ooh, we got a little bit of an enclangment right there. How's she doing? Well, I gotta admit, it's actually pretty darn stable. It is very stable now compared to the old F-302. It's a lot more stable. I don't know what the. It must be because I'm not using as many hinges, but it flies far more stable than the original one did. Yeah, let's get her right up next to the other 302. So you can see exactly what it, an actual comparison to the two. So you got the Mark One, you got the Mark Two here in terms of capability. The Mark One I think looks a lot better because it's got that extra fuel tank on there, and I'll have to do some stuff to give it a little bit more. Might help with what you're looking to do with missiles. Yeah, I'm thinking of a short range space style missile because this is more of a space fighter. I don't know how this will do on. We'll have to do some testing to see how it does on the ground when it goes out there because it doesn't have a whole lot of. Well, we've got two aerial thrusters down there under the bottom. That would give it enough lift to hold itself up. I think this one I'm gonna paint it in some type of pirate colors. I'm not sure what pirate colors we're gonna paint it in. I kind of want to redo the paint schemes on the Saber and this and make them look kind of like a pirate type ship. We're gonna have to do some decorations and stuff too. You know, add those nifty looking little lines and everything else on it that'll make them look good. But as far as a completed ship, yeah, this is about done. I do want a type of ion powered missile, probably for anti ship, and then for anti fighter. That's going to be a ruthless amount of firepower in its concentration to have to deal with because you're going to have a concentrated amount of just f all firepower coming at you, just tearing into you. May add a few more blocks to the bottom of this thing just to kind of shore that up a bit more. But it has amazing forward thrust and it looks good. About the only thing I probably do. Let's go in here into both of them. Let's just click this and we're going to hinge lock. And right here, we're going to hinge lock as well. That should keep everything stabilized. Now we do have some stopping, but we've got as much thrust as we do anywhere else. We just have a lot of forward thrust. This thing can just boost. And we've got a ion bar, two ion bars in the back of this thing that will put it out there and shoot. What's this emoji? Imperial Scout Trooper. Hello, am I late? A little bit. Conflict zone sitting here with some wide-eyed emoji right there. Like, what is this? This is an F-302, man. If you ain't seen it, you ever seen Stargate? I built one of these a while back, and this is now the improved version. I have yet to paint it, and I'm going to paint it in. I can't remember what the group is. They were on either the Kitty Hawk or the Enterprise. They were a group of not F-15s. They were a group of F-14 Tomcats, and they had a very unique paint scheme that was just very piratey. And I'm planning on stealing that and putting it on this one because there is a picture of an F-302 online that has a pirate paint, has that particular paint job on it. I will find it and I will post it in both the Discord and I will put it up as one of the community posts, so everybody can get a look at what I'm what I'm talking about here. But it'll be an awesome color scheme when I get done. Then we're gonna decorate it with everything, add some more stuff. There's a lot more things to the wings we're gonna have to add too. We might as well get those done and out of the way right now. Number one, we're gonna need two projectors for each wing, obviously. Let's go ahead and grab that stuff now. So we're going to need two projectors because I have an idea for the projector system. In that, what I'm going to do, if I can find the projector, dear God, Kane moved all this stuff. Number one, we're going to need a decoy. We're going to need decoys. So I need two decoy blocks to take advantage of the ship's unique shape. The next thing I need is a dang projector block. Where is that at? Oh, Keen, where'd you hide this stuff? Oh, good Lord. Where's the projector? I'm probably looking right at it and I don't even see it. Yeah, there it is. Just as I thought. So the one thing we're going to have to do here is right about here, as I figure out what I'm doing. We have an opening here. We're going to cut these sections out on each end. And in there, I'm going to add a nice decoy block in there. And that's one of the beauties of forward swept wings in Space Engineers. If you build a ship with forward swept wings, if you look, the first thing that's going to be targeted is either the cockpit or the decoy blocks. And if you turn and you're coming in at an angle, the decoy block is the first thing that gets targeted because it's the first thing that sticks out there. After that, any maneuver you make is being exaggerated on this end because this is the outer section. The middle of the craft is going to move slower. By translation, this is going to move much faster, and it causes enemy defense systems to shoot wide because they're seeing this end. If you make a turn, and let's say this edge right here where I'm pointing on the craft turns at about 100 meters per second, it translates into the system reading a target that's now sweeping wide suddenly, going from 0 to like 150 meters per second. And so the system widely overshoots because it's trying to target something that's moving way off course. It gives it the same problems as trying to hit one of the bigger units. And then on top of that, something else I'm going to do. I want to try and find a spot here where I can put two projector blocks. The other thing I'm going to need also, let's stop here for a minute. I just realized I need this as well. We're going to need a merge block. And the point of that is I'm going to need to put in some type of small missile. And how I'm going to get that missile in there is going to be the fun part. I want to put two of them in there. We'll give them, let's see. About two should do it, I would think. Maybe one will be enough. But we can have, I want to say two missiles or just one. I don't know if I got the real estate for two. Yeah, we got the real estate for two. Now, what I'll probably do is we'll take the projector block. We'll do that on the same side here. Let's see how to do that. All right, we'll go here. And let's see. Up one. And hold up now. Where's that one going? Oh, here, right about there. All right, I see. And instead of that there, we're going to do these blocks because I have a plan. 2 projectors there. We'll do that. And then we'll do merge block number 9. And then what'll happen is we'll have a secondary merge block, and that's where our missiles will basically go right here. We'll have 2 missiles coming off that we can pull off with the merge block. And the way I'll hide all that is, well, make it look fancy. Go number 3. See, fancy. And we can now turn this into a hard point for the F-302 now. So now we can have a hard point here. If we want to add rockets at some point in time, there's plenty of real estate here to just slap a rocket launcher right there. If I want to improve, make it just a little bit more terrifying, we can strap one there. And the best part is with this, we can have our missile here, design it all up like we're supposed to, and then we can drop these missiles, and they'll just be a short-range anti-ship missile with a warhead. And the way I want to design them is I want to put most of the blocks we don't need in front, and all the more difficult blocks to shoot down in the front as well. So like the gyroscope is going to be probably in front pretty well, whereas and probably the ion version is going to have just a single engine, whereas the what is it, the atmospheric variant, and then also, like I said, we'll have 2 projectors in here projecting missiles. So I don't want to, let me see here, we need to label these before we do anything else. So let's go ahead and so what'll happen is we'll do a projection, and so when this ship comes back to a carrier, all you'll have to do is just fly the ship into the carrier area. Some welders will weld up the new missiles, and the ship will be fully armed. It just takes off out of the hangar bay immediately. And the batteries on those will be in recharge mode until you click them off. So nothing will turn on until the missile drops out. And that's the plan for the missile, at least. Um, like I said, let's go ahead and grab hold of that real quick. We got our decoys here. Let's grab our projectors, and then I got to go through here and remove all this stuff. Projector. Missile. Uh, Print. We'll do that. That'll be space miss. I got missed an eye in there. Is that correct? Missile? I don't know. We'll just go with it for now. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll fix it later. And then now for the next set of projectors. So we'll do number 8 again. I'll check here. We got one there. I put that in the wrong friggin' spot. Jeez. Well now. That's just fun. Great. All right. Let's do this. Before we do anything else, I'll have to rename this other one. Let's rename that again. Okay. Projector 2. Put him in block group. Now F-2 Atmo missiles. Save that one. And then, which one am I using here? Let's go ahead and take one of these out. We'll take that one out because I just got them in the ends right there. And let me go down here. All right, we'll do Atmo missiles here. Save those two. Okay. And then we go back out here. Number 8 again. Those done. And those will be the projectors for our space missiles. So we'll be able to switch between everything. But one projector in the right. Yes, I know. I know. I effed up. I effed up. Okay, so Grexion here is dropping us some missile stuff here. What I do with my new missile, I use in my VLS, uses 2 timer blocks, one for launch and one for guidance, where the launch timer block has the forward thruster set override at 100. Oh, that's nice. And then starts a 1.5-second timer for guidance, which turns on AI and sets the override to 0. Huh. We'll have to try that. I don't know. I'll end up probably trying that out if I can just get it to work. I'm not saying your system isn't good. I'm just saying I may be too dumb to figure it out. But if I can get it to work, hey, awesome. If not, I may send you a message. Okay. So I know which ones are which. Y and V. Uh-huh. Y and the. Let's just go up here and delete that group. So delete. I know which two it is. F-302 space missiles. And there we go. We've got Atmo missiles. And we have space missiles. All right, that's perfect. So now I can load a blueprint into one of these things, and then it will just show up. And then I can just cover that with some nifty stuff afterward. Now we just put some, make some hard points. That's about it. Shouldn't be too difficult. Let's go with 9 here. That in place. And then that there and that there. Let's see. Now the fun part's going to be the back end of this, because I don't think I can do anything else with it. So I'm not going to worry about the back end there. But this should give the ship about 4 missiles to play around with. I may do something different there. We'll knock these off. Add that in. I may want to do number 5. Let's see if I've got something here that'll work. Actually, that may do it. Do that there. And that there. And that is the missile launch system's done. Let's see. Other than programming, if thruster has override AI won't use that thruster. Imperial Scout Trooper. But looking good so far. Yeah, Grexion mentions if you're using the override AI, it won't use the thruster. So that might be good for a short range, quick projection missile, something that'll give this particular ship a little bit more punch. If that is successful and I can take Grexion's concept and make it work, I will try to whip up a tutorial on that for you guys. And we'll have that on the we'll do that on the channel. That'll probably be Friday's video if I can get it done sometime this week. I've got a lot of stuff I'm getting. I've got Lost Planets video coming out. I've got it edited. The thing about doing videos, there's 3 parts to a video on YouTube. If any of y'all want that, YouTube advice time now. If you want to do YouTube, you got to remember your videos are in 3 parts. You've got recording, which is most of the fun. You've got editing, which is not so much fun. And then you've got the adding and doing all of the advertisable stuff, which is every advertising. That's the thumbnail. And for me, that's the most tedious part of making a video. And that's the part I have the difficulty getting done on time. Is I'll be sitting there and I'll think, I got to get this video done, but I so don't want to screw with this right now because to me, it's very tedious to do all the typing and make the thumbnail and everything. I like the recording aspect of it. And personally, I have easier time doing just doing live streaming with y'all. This is actually pretty simple for me to do, other than turning the game on and everything else. Um, what I mean is having to go into the system. I just saw something I could probably do for free right here. Wait, is it not working? Oh yeah, I can't do anything there. Never mind. You can hear the projectors though. You'll have to turn those off at some point. But yeah, other than decorating, this is about done. But the problem I have with doing the YouTube crap is just that last little bit. Editing, I kind of like and I don't like. I can learn stuff from editing. The thing I really despise is having to put a thumbnail up. I just and it probably is reflecting on the channel because I'm not putting the time and energy I need to be putting into that. But there are things about doing YouTube videos you're just not gonna like. I don't think anyone likes every aspect of video creation. Personally, like I said, I'd like to just live stream every day and all of us just hang out here. I'm pretty sure if I did that, I could probably make the channel get bigger. And I'm trying to do more live streaming now. I've opened up Thursdays for live streaming. The problem is I also have ship reviews that I'm doing. I've got the playthrough I'm working on right now with Lost Planet, which isn't doing the views, but it is fun. I like playing that game anyway. And so that's sort of like a long-term investment in the channel. Whereas it's like the Hangout. The Hangout's a long-term investment. That's how you work on YouTube. That's how you're going to get big on YouTube. You have to make those long-term investments because if you just do the quick video, yeah, you're going to get 1,000, 2,000 views. But some of the videos that I have that just get the quick views, those only stayed at quick views. You got about 2,000 and they may do a view every so often. What makes it big on YouTube is the long-term investment content, which is this. People will come in. When I get done with this live stream, I'm going to consolidate it into a playlist. And then the next person who wants to watch this can just turn this on, new channel members or whatever. They can just hop right on in. They can go, oh, yeah, let's watch this and just like that. And they're going to binge like 8, 9 hours worth of content. And that's what I mean by long term investment. Ship reviews, long term investment. How to videos are long term investment. If you make those long-term investment videos and stop trying to go for like clickbait stuff, you can have a more relaxing time on YouTube, and it's steady growth. That's what's helping you out. Um, Another bit of advice I would say, I really didn't want to monetize because of the stuff YouTube had done, but finally just had to do it, regardless of how I felt. And it's not the only problem I've had out of it, I will say, is the first payout I was supposed to get, YouTube just kept screwing with me on it. They kept asking for more information to confirm information. I had to confirm my driver's license and who I was about 9 times for the first payout. After that, everything's good. But it's that first time. If you can just get that first payment in, they lock you in. Something happens. They lock you into the system. They're like, okay, yeah, he's one of us. He's one of our regulars. We'll go in and we'll just give him, pay him off and be done with it. And like I said, you don't make a whole lot of money at YouTube. You make a decent amount, and that's you're not going to make shit tons of money, more than likely. And anyone that I've seen that makes shit tons of money, they're one of two people. They're the people that have started YouTube and been doing it for a while, and suddenly there's this point where you just break and views just take off. And then there's those people that get the instantaneous, they get like 1,000 views, the channel builds in a matter of minutes, and jumps up in like days because they just became they become what I call 15-minute famous, or 5 month, or like 5 month famous. They're going to receive everything they got within that 5 months, and then they're going to peter off to just about nothing. And if you're smart in that period of time, this is what I would say. Neither one is a bad way to start on YouTube. You just need to know how to leverage it. If you get to the five, if you're in that point where you just suddenly you try start a YouTube channel, you're seeing like rapid growth, take 1 week, stop, look at what you're doing, and say, okay, I have this growth coming. I've grown super fast in 5 months, in this first 1 or 2 months. And what I'm saying by super fast is you're going to start with probably 100 to 200 subscribers. You're going to hit a topic which is just going to take off exponentially. You're going to hit those topics like those clickbait, and these are those clout chaser ones do, or they do like the news chasing. We all know what groups I'm talking about. They go in there and they're constantly chasing like all the TMZ crap. You're going to be in that position. You will probably hit something like that. Here's what you do. When you see that rapid growth, don't get caught in the trap of, yeah, I'm doing awesome. I figured YouTube out. You have not. You have not figured out YouTube. I'm going to give you the best advice. Sit back and say, okay, we have rapid growth. We have a lot of people coming in. The first thing I would do on that channel is I would start saying, based on the content of this channel, what would you all like to see the most of? Put up polls. Poll for about a week. Put a poll up every day. And then read the poll after about 2 weeks. Let those polls go through. Read up, um, read up on what's happening, and then turn around and go, okay, we have all this stuff. I have this information, and then take that information and use that to help your channel. Use that to put your channel where you want it to be at. Don't be the person who gets stuck with, oh yeah, I've got all these views and everything, and suddenly, because it's very easy to do. I'm telling you, it's never happened to me, but I promise you, it would be one of the hardest things for me to do. Is I would sit there and be like, yeah, I got all these channels and all these views are popping in. I think I've won YouTube, guys. And then a couple of weeks later, you're irrelevant because you didn't make the proper investment. That's what I'm saying. You do YouTube, you've got to learn investment. You got to learn how to invest your time and energy into the platform so that you can get the most out of it and you can get that long term. As far as long term growth goes, I would say go into videos. Everyone's an expert on something. Okay. You can be an expert on Pokemon cards. You can be an expert on, like I am here. I'm not an expert on space engineers, but I know enough about it that I can put some how to videos up. And I've done some how to videos. I've engineered some cool stuff. I think my best video on here was probably like I've said before, the solar script video. And I played it. And when I did that, that was the first thing that me and my wife were talking about afterward. She goes, you do know that one of the things that happens with YouTubers, she said, you're making good money now. I said, yeah. Well, I wasn't making money at the time, but she was like, you're making good views now. Yeah. She goes, are you going to have those views 10, 12 years down the road? She said, are you sure you're not just solving a problem and everyone's coming in? She said, what? Yeah. And this was the scenario she throws in. This is how my wife works, and I'm glad for it. She goes, how are you sure that the video that you make today, you're not going to get everyone on YouTube to view that one video? And then after this, it'll be over with. She said, you know what they want? They're wanting how to stuff. Try to put some how to stuff on there for space engineers. And so I started doing other stuff. Did the turret video, which was the next biggest one. And when you get those big views, if you can, you're not going to maintain that momentum forever. Eventually, I'm probably going to hit a subject or a view or some type of game. Like I plan on doing some gameplay and some other stuff. I don't know. I could do section one gameplay, and that could bring a whole new group of people into the channel. And then I could just start working, because I have had people ask me if I do other games. I'm like, yeah, I've got other games. I just don't know if anyone would like to, I don't know whether people would like to watch them or not. Now, I do have Schedule One, and as addictive as that game is for me, I'm pretty sure people would like some gameplay. I'm not a professional at it, but I did promise a buddy of mine that if when he decides he wants to get back in, I said when he wants to get back into streaming, I'm like, dude, bring on the streaming. We will hop in, and because streaming helped him out, he liked doing streaming, and I want him to get back into streaming again because he's a really nice guy. And I thought, yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll get back in streaming. I said, as soon as you want to get back in streaming, I said, give me a call. I said, we will pick a day. I said, it'd be late at night, be early in the morning. Don't care when. You and I will both hop in. We'll live stream Schedule One to the world, and we will just go from there. And that's the thing about it. Let me pop through a couple of these comments that have come in. Imperial Scout Trooper, only two different missiles. Why not just four mounts? And depending on the mission, you have that missile. Um, because this way I can swap back and forth. So the plan here is if I've got the ship in space and if it flies good in atmosphere, the plan here is that when the ship goes into atmosphere, I can actually have the projector for each wing set up to produce two missiles of that type. So if I'm in atmosphere, one of the projectors on that wing. So let me show you here. This projector will project two missiles here, and I can just load up on aerial missiles, fire them, and they'll just cruise missile into stuff. If we're in space, I can turn that projector off, turn this projector on, and it'll project two space missiles. So then they're easy to just build back up when I get done. I can just fly in, turn the projector on, load up the missiles, let them charge, fly off, drop the missiles, and let them go in and attack things. And I plan on trying to make a missile that's just plates and one row of blocks if I can do it. That would be fun to see. But yeah, that's the whole purpose of this was to try and create a system in which this thing could rapidly arm itself. So worst case scenario, I just have to drop both missiles in transition, find a base or find a carrier, and we could just hop. Like if we're going down to planet to attack, you just fly over, project up two atmospheric missiles on each wing, and then drop down and engage. And I may do the missile system in which I can put Atmos on one and I can do one or the other, or I may just do them in sections where when I turn one off, the other one activates. But yeah, this is more of like the TV show representation of the F-302. So when it flies in, it's got missiles. It can just pop off one or two, and they'll auto target into a position, and they'll take off and go fight it. It would be a nightmarish thing. And plus, real missiles, real short range missiles in real life, they're fairly short range compared to they're long range weapon systems compared to guns. So you're talking about a missile that will target something and then it'll zoom right into the target and go after it. I may be able to get it to lead the target a bit. I don't know how that'll work, but it should just come barreling in there at high speed, just slam right into it without a care or any without a care or concern for its own safety. Anyway, let's keep going in here. I mean, I made it work, so it should work for you. Yeah, that's true. You earn enough to keep it as a hobby. Yeah. Like let me explain what happened with monetizing YouTube. Why I finally just gave in and said, monetizing is probably not that big a deal. But I am eventually going to come to a point where I'm going to say, yeah, I need to come up with a, what is it, quote unquote, a product to put out there. So if I wanted to make, not that I want to make more money, I would like to make more money. Not that I'm greedy, but to the fact of this is not dependable. It's not something like my biggest detriment right now doing YouTube is I don't have the money to do it full time. That's the reason why if I had the money to do it full time, I would work my job part time because the guy I'm working for, I've been working for him for years, and I do a lot of I can do a lot of things in construction, and I hate doing them. But that would be one of those things where I could hop in and I'd be like, you know, me and him would talk about it, and I do like some part time whenever he really needed me to be there. And then I can spend most of my time, like I could take just an entire day. We could start from 8 o'clock in the morning and I could stream all the way to like 3 or 4, which I got to keep a look on the time because I got to go pick up my kid later. But yeah, I got dad responsibilities and husband responsibilities, and all I want to do is be a kid and play my games. That's it. That's the problem with this whole nonsense. I'm hoping this is just transitional phase. Could make a universal H2 missile. I don't know how long. Two problems with the print system and the missile for that. One, I have to find a way. It would overcomplicate the wings trying to put hydrogen in. It'll pull hydrogen from the actual ship, which is already hydrogen hungry to begin with as a fighter. Um, the other thing is, I don't know what the range of an H2 missile will be, and with the speed of charging at something and dropping a missile, it'll already have that speed going with it as I drop it. As soon as it powers up, it's just got to bridge that small gap of speed right there, and then it just punches right into it at high speed. So that's not a problem. But back to Grexion's thing, you earn enough to keep it as a hobby. Yeah, so like the first time, I'll throw some numbers out. The first paycheck I got because of the whole confirming my identity crap to make sure they were paying the right person. I had to do that like 9 times. Won't believe how many times I had to send them my freaking driver's license so that I can get paid. I made $145, and YouTube pays you out in $100 increments. But because it took so long to confirm, I had 45 extra dollars sitting there. I should have gotten another paycheck by now, but them's the breaks. Um, as soon as I got that stupid paycheck and it said, your paycheck is going into your account, I turned around one day and I came into the living room and I was like, grabbed my headset, did not even think, put it up on my head, turned. I had the power cable still in my old headset. It tugged and it snapped the whole headset in half. There was a hairline fracture at the top. And I'm like, oh no, I'm here. My equipment's breaking down. I'm so screwed. And I'm like, I'm sitting here distraught the entire morning because I'm just sitting there like, because it's early in the morning and I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh man, I'm just so effed. I'm so screwed. I'm not gonna have some. I'm gonna have to do like mute live streams or something like that. And then while I'm sitting there talking, you know, it suddenly it dawns on me. I'm like, I get a ping on my phone which says, "Hey, $145 was delivered into your account." And I'm like, 140. Oh, I got paid from YouTube. Hey, it's actually paying for stuff now. So I've reached a point where the channel is paying for itself to an extent. So the hobby is now it's now working for itself. It's now helping take care of itself a little bit. So it's not going to be something that's going to be crazy. So now the next paycheck coming in, I'm probably going to take 20 bucks of that and throw it into maybe another game. And then now, because now I'm at a point where, and I realized this the other day, this is one of the things, like if you're going to do gaming and you're going to do a gaming channel, don't push to be a millionaire. If you can make enough money at YouTube to cover your hobby, hey, you're doing great. Your hobby is paying for itself. It no longer, because here's the best part about having YouTube as a hobby and making money at it. Now my addiction, which is video games, which thank God it's not. My wife sits there all the time. She doesn't bitch at me about being on here. Some chicks of hers at her job one time asked her, they said, "Don't you have a problem with your husband? When he comes home and plays video games?" She's like, "No, no." She said, I don't have a problem with that. They're like, girl, you should have a problem. Why don't you have a problem? My wife goes, he could be addicted to cocaine. And as bad as my video game addiction is, my cocaine addiction would be far worse. I can put it right there. If I was addicted to anything else, it would be a lot worse considering how bad my video game addiction is right now. So, yeah, it's not that this is not something that bothers me. The thing that is difficult with having any hobby as a young man is you'll eventually run into that problem of you're paying for something that is taking food out of the you have to try and make enough at your real job, your life job, the one that pays for the bills, to cover your to not only cover your family but also cover your hobby. Now, like my wife has said, she said, your hobby is now covering itself. She said this is a total win. And it is. Right now, the fact that I can make $100 every so often and put that back into a channel fund, and I can just save that money. Now I have the possibility of, hey, that new game's come out now. I really want to buy it. The one game I've really been wanting to try out, the what's the new one? Horizons? Not Horizon Zero Dawn. There's a new one out there where you get a car and you drive the car and you can take the engine off, you can take most of the parts off the vehicle. It's multiplayer and you can throw it in. It also means that some of the guys I play games can buy it for one of them. We both can jump on there and play. So it's one of those things where it's paying for itself. And also the fact that a lot of AAA games like 100 are going to get to $100 right now. Having that $100 check every so often and being able to go, I don't have to take $100 in grocery or gas money and put it onto the hobby. I can just take $100 in money. And the and here's the thing, it's not something it's not a problem. I'd say problem. The thing that really helps out on this, and I'm just rambling now, so we're fixing to turn off the live stream here real quick because I gotta get my kid. But the thing that really helps is I don't feel bad about doing the channel either. One of the things I was worried about was doing the channel and feeling bad about it. And what I say by that is you guys participating in the channel, because I make money off viewership. And that's the cool thing about this. I'm making money off viewership. I'm not cheating y'all to anything. If y'all want to go somewhere else and watch somebody play a game, y'all up and F off if you want to. I don't I You're here voluntarily. I've said that 100 times. I know the one thing that I absolutely hope I never become is that one chick on, what was it, Twitch, who was sitting there screaming at her subscribers about how poor they were because they wouldn't give her like $8 every live stream. She's like, everyone, if you gave me $8, my life would be better. I'm like, lady, they're there now. Shut the fuck up and just enjoy those people being there, because they don't have to be there. And I think afterward her channel tanked. I was like, I don't mean to gloat people's misfortune, but you kind of deserve that one. But yeah, that's been my big fear is it'll at some point I'll be doing this and I'll be like, wow, I feel like an asshole because people are handing me money. But like the super chats are open right now. Nobody's participated in it. It's not something that I've done because I don't broadcast the super chats being open very much because I'm not trying to get you guys to pay money. The way I can make good money on here, if I were to ask for money from the subscribers on the channel, from you guys, the way I would do it is I'd provide a product. I'd provide something that you guys would want to put money into and you would get value out of. That'd be like a book, a product, CAD files for some of the ships that we've got, so some of y'all can 3D print them, something like that. Um, I kind of want to do a comic book. Tell me a minute. I forgot to put a block here. What in the world was that? Pirate Scout drone is searching. Searching. Pirate Scout drone is going to get a butt kicking if it decides to come over here. The little chill pill chihuahuas decide to go tear into him. I don't know where he's at, but he better stay away. I didn't realize he was out there searching around. But yeah, like I said, if I hit the part of asking for money on here, it's not going to be the channel begging of, oh, I'm running out of money, guys, because I've made some bad business decisions. It's going to be, hey guys, guess what? I've got a brand new product that I have been working on, and I think you guys are going to want to buy it, and I'll reasonably price everything. I'm not going to sit there and be like triple. That's the thing that also irritates me is the way AAA companies are working, and also another reason why I'm glad I'm actually also managed, and why I said if you guys start a YouTube channel and you start making money at it to pay for your hobby, that should be the goal because this hobby is getting more and more expensive right now, and I think there's going to be with what Nintendo is doing and what God, well, I mean, what all the three system giants are doing right now. Um, Me and my kid had a very hard discussion with my kid the other day on the way taking her to grandma's, and we talked real hard. I explained to her in vivid detail what the new terms of service of Nintendo entailed. And when we got done, she goes, "That's just not right." And she was not happy with what they were doing. And she didn't like the idea of losing everything. Because here's another thing that I'll say about the Nintendo thing. I'm going to say this and then I'll probably get off. Nintendo's nonsense is just asking for a hack attack. If you wanted to put a target on your company, that was the way to do it by putting in that stupid kill switch. Because now all these hackers that want to hack your company are not going to be targeting you for people's information. Oh no. They're now going to target you because they want to be the guy that basically bricked over 7 million Nintendo Switches and may even kill your company in the process. You've now put this out there into the world. And I looked at that and I said, I don't know if I want to do that. And my wife has been sitting here going, she said, there's something. We were talking the other day. She did this for me back when when we were like young and dating. And she wanted to get me something nice. And she got me a PS Vita one time with God of War on it. My mom flipped her lid at me over my wife taking her money and buying me a PlayStation, the PS Vita. And I said, what am I supposed to do? Not accept it? She worked her hard money. She got it. I didn't even ask for it. She just went ahead and got it for me, which I was like, keep her material right there. This is wife material. We're going to have to remember this chick. And then later on, we got married. Long story short. But she was sitting there talking the other day and she goes, you know what I haven't done in a while? And I was like, what is that? She goes, I ain't bought you a portable game system in forever. I said, you bought me one. I said, once was enough. She goes, no, I'll buy you another one. She said, do you want the Switch 2? And I'm like, I don't know if I want the Switch 2. And so we got to looking. I may just get the Steam Deck before it's over with because then I could take Space Engineers with me on that thing. It'll run Helldivers better than my current PC does right now. That is sad. I need to upgrade my PC. I need a PC upgrade. I'm running on a NVIDIA 1060, so I mean, like one person said, that's a freaking fossil. Lord Rody, old school gamer, peace out and have a good day. Yeah, peace out to you too, man. Hope you have a good day. Imperial Scott Trooper. I'll have to go now. Great day. And the rest of your team, thank you. It's about to be over anyway here in a minute. I believe she said, how can you, oh yeah, Grexion talking about it. I believe she was saying, "How can you watch my stream for hours and not have $5 to donate?" Probably, I can tell you the reason why. Probably because some people all they can afford is a phone at the moment, and the reason they're watching you is because it's free entertainment. That's another thing right here. YouTube doesn't charge you guys, so if you're here, a lot of y'all are here because, like I said, it's not money that brings y'all here. You're not paying money. You're here because this is the freest entertainment y'all can get. And in this economy, if y'all are having, like, me and the wife have had to make changes to the budgetary spending in our house. I don't know what everyone else's situation is. I'm not going to say people are poorer than me. I'm not going to say you're richer than me. I am going to say that depending on the lifestyle that you're running, a lot of us have had to make some really hard decisions the last 4 years. And some of those decisions really pissed me off. individually, not anyone else. Well, I take that back. I got pissed at the government for forcing me into these decisions. But as far as the decisions I had to make, I'm sitting there like, I shouldn't have to do this. I should not have to make the right decisions in life, not get into shit tons of debt, and still have to make the decision because somebody at the government just can't leave things and just let it grow. They have to be in the middle of it all the time. It's annoying. It's annoying as fuck when I have to deal with that. Grexion, the Switch 2 will be the downfall of Nintendo. Um, I figure Nintendo will either adapt or they will get hack attacked and they will just watch all those systems and games that they've built up if they can't unbrick the system. I am hoping that they have the foresight to unbrick stuff. And when that happens, hopefully, and I figure it's a matter of time because PlayStation gets hacked, Xbox gets hacked, Nintendo has been hacked. Now those people are going in there saying there's a kill switch in there and I'm going to hit it. They that is just asking for somebody to come in there and just blow up the whole system. And then as Nintendo, you're screwed. You don't have the if you don't have the ability to turn those systems back on, you have an entire customer base that is now pissed off. And if they have to go buy a Switch or a Switch 2, if they've already bought a Switch 2, that's when Steam needs to come out there with a commercial. Gabe needs to come out with a commercial at that point and just spend the money on a commercial, put it up there and say, Steam Deck. We don't so put it up there and say Steam Deck because we don't have a kill switch in your system. Or put it in there as Steam Deck because it's your game system and you should get to do what you want with it. That is one of them things that's going to just absolutely wreck Nintendo. If a hacker does that, that will absolutely destroy them. They will be a 10-cent acquisition within minutes because they'll have to have that money to build. I wouldn't be surprised if Tencent went in there, hacked Nintendo, and killed and just detonated all of their switches just to hurt them financially enough to buy them. I don't put that past a bunch of communists for 1 minute. I can tell you. By the way, they said they can break. Yeah, I saw that about how they can brick the normal Switch too. I'm pretty sure killing a console with a kill switch is illegal in Europe. Yeah, Europe is going to be one of those places because there was another thing they did on there where they said they could shut down, where you couldn't sue them, you couldn't join up in a class action lawsuit, and that's been attempted in Europe already before. And I don't think they're going to be able to do that. I also think Europe has a special protection. I seem to remember reading somewhere where you kind of have to give them a reason if they're paying for a service. You have to have and you ban them, you're going to have a reason to ban them, and that's what the kill switch in the Switch is going to be. It's going to be a ban. So they're going to have to come up with an excuse as to why they banned someone off of Switch by nuking their um, Switch console. And if they don't come up with a good one, oh, we're going to have trouble. I know Twitch is under that because in Europe, there's a chick right now that does armor videos and she got banned off Twitch. And then she made a some type of formal request they have over in Europe. I wish we had this here in the States. Like one of the few things that Europe has that I wish we had. And she sent that to them, and they reinstated her account, but they still haven't given her the reason for banning her. And she may turn them over to like a federal commission or something like that they have. I'm like, ooh, that's gonna be good. I subscribe to the channel because I'm like, yeah, I want to see this chaos unfold right here. Let me get my popcorn and a root beer, and we'll just see how that breaks down. But anyway, yeah, it's about 2:53 where I'm at right now. I'm gonna hop off here because I gotta hurry up and get around for my kid so I can pick her up and then bring her from school back to the house. And I guess she's going with me to work today, unfortunately. Poor kid. But anywho, hope you guys enjoyed the build stream. And as always, I am Badger Wild saying stay safe, stay frosty, and I will see you guys Thursday in the live stream if I don't do something Wednesday. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.